Sorry, my mic wasn't on. Didn't realize. But yeah, thanks. I've been doing pretty well lately. And hello, everyone. Yeah, you should all be able to hear that now. Yeah, Ollie, thanks. I tried my best to not only refute his arguments, but also humiliate him. And, I also kind of wanted to talk about whether or not Paul Joseph Watson is gay. So I don't know, look at his face. It's like, he always does this thing where, he'll, like, do a duck face after he talks. I'm sure you've all noticed it from the video response I did, but like right when he finishes a sentence, he always goes like that, like a gay dude. And if you go over to his Twitter, or not Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, like, you can see the duck face he's doing there. Like, again, another duck face, like a gay dude. Like, look at these faggy photos. Like, this is just... What kind of heterosexual man would upload a fag photo like that? And, yeah, like... Who... I don't know, this just seems like a very effeminate thing to do. Get your camera... I don't know. He seems really gay to me. I've also never really seen him take an interest in women. I wonder if that's in response to the What the Health video. Not sure. But yeah, I think there's a good chance Paul is gay. And he like just tries to hide it. But who knows? If you look far back enough, you'd realize PJW is not much different than the Vigilant Christian. Is Paul a Christian? He made videos about the Illuminati and shit. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Illuminati exists in the way that, like, conspiracy theorists think it exists. I think it's mostly a thing just centered around the entertainment industry. Saw a comment which said that removing meat and cholesterol could potentially increase the cholesterol score because the body would then produce more. It's retarded. No study has ever fucking shown that happening, ever. Never. There's not even a single case report of that happening. So that's total bullshit. Thomas Flynn, I will debunk that top 10 video. I will. It's on my hit list. It's going to happen in the next couple days. If not, well, I can't work on it today. I'll be too busy, but I'm going to try to get it out tomorrow. So Paul is in fact Christian. Do you think the moon landing was fake and or 9/11 was controlled? I don't think the moon landing was faked. I think there's a possibility that some of the photos were faked. But as for the moon landing itself, no. I mean, NASA to this day, they do upload, like, fake photos of some of their space programs because they just can't get, like, a good angle, or they don't get enough photos that are good, like, interesting enough to be, like, publicized. But I don't think that's good enough evidence to prove the moon landing was faked. And all those theories about the fake moon landing, like, they're being debunked. And 9/11, yeah, I do think it was controlled, and it was an inside job. Yeah, so Paul actually believes in the Illuminati conspiracy theories. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, Paul is a fucking airhead. Like, he has proven himself to be an actual fucking retard. Like, his normal videos when he talks about SJWs, like, it's very easy to attack such low-hanging fruit, but whenever there's a topic that requires any research or critical thinking, like, he just falls flat on his fucking face. All of these conservative anti-SJW YouTubers are just total fucking airheads. Hey Richard, have you seen the Unnatural Vegan response where she made false equivalency claims that the overall footprint to having 2 monitors and motorcycles or even adopting dogs to have a kid? Yeah, I've seen that. It's retarded. We could actually respond to a bit of that today. Okay, so enough people are in here. I guess we'll start now. So as all of you probably already know, Paul uploaded this retarded video about soy. I left a comment, and, you know, I just gave a brief rundown that he doesn't know what he's talking about, he should stick to discussing politics since he can't read medical journals, and then I referenced that there are several meta-analyses that show soy has no feminizing effects on men, and that animal sources of food like, you know, dairy and eggs, or sorry, I mean dairy, beer, shit like that, they have endocrine disrupting pollutants like chicken, and those can lower testosterone levels, raise estrogen, and milk actually contains estrogen naturally. So there's a long list of these stupid fucking comments like saying, "You're a bitch, you're a cunt, la la la," like absolutely no evidence refuting my point. Somebody wrote, "Lol, Lettuce Gaines is trying to give his shit input. Go eat some grass, you sociopathic vegetable cunt." Loved by Paul Joseph Watson. So, there's no fucking way Paul hasn't seen my video yet, or at least knows of it. He's actually shared a video I've made before on his Twitter. When I made that first Muslim video, he shared that on his Twitter. So he knows of me. He also loved this comment in response to me. So there's no fucking way. There's just no fucking way. He hasn't seen the video. He's also yet to respond to any of it. If you check his Twitter, he hasn't made any sort of responses to me. He just made this retarded tweet. "This simply must go viral." You know, the thing is, a few people mention this. Like, if he's backed into a corner and he's proven wrong, he'll just say, "Oh, well, it was just satire, I was just joking." Like, when you're saying crap like this must go viral, we're losing an entire generation to soy, please retweet, doesn't sound like you're fucking joking there. And in his video, he also linked Rebel Media's video about soy, so again, doesn't sound like a joke to me. And even on his own Twitter, he's getting absolutely fucking roasted. Alex Jones of InfoWars, which, you know, Paul works for, they have this Brain Force supplement. I haven't really looked into this. I think it looks like it's mostly just green tea, yerba mate tea, and some sort of fruit extract for antioxidants. Well, if you look at the ingredients, it contains soy. So, people are pointing that out. A bunch of people are also linking other videos where people refute the stupid anti-soy bullshit that Paul was talking about. Very few people are on his side. On his YouTube channel, where, like, you know, retards on his fan base watch his videos, yeah, sure, he's got a good like-dislike ratio. But on Twitter, where, I don't know, you get a bit more, you get some more influx of people who don't normally digest your content, he's getting destroyed. Soy has phytoestrogens, while red meat contains mammalian estrogen. The latter is the type that affects estrogen levels. Big difference. Like, a long list of these comments. Someone here pointed out that beer and coffee also contain really potent phytoestrogens. Again, just none of it makes any sense. So yeah, Paul's getting absolutely fucking wrecked. And of course he makes no retraction because he's a lying fucking cunt. I mean, look at this fucking faggot. You think he's gonna fucking admit he's wrong? He's just a goddamn liar. He thinks he's smarter than he really is. I think he's just a glittery gay dude who wants fucking attention. Sort of like Milo Yiannopoulos. Only he happens to be a bit more conservative, but he's willing to lie to get attention. Guy's an absolute pussy, too. I also got some retarded people responding to me. So I challenged Paul to debate on Twitter. Are you too much of a pussy to have a debate, or are you man enough to admit you're wrong? So this guy left a tweet. 170 independent scientific studies show the negative effect of soy. No. This is the Healthy Home Economist. Not a nutritionist. I think in her... Let's see. She has a... I remember she had... Yeah, here we go. Disclaimer. The information on the Healthy Home Economist is provided for informational purposes only. It is no way intended to substitute for the advice of a medical doctor. This is just her admitting she's not an expert at all. I think in some sort of... She had a, like, about page, which basically said she's, like, a stay-at-home mom who's just interested in nutrition, and she made this blog for fun. So she's not an expert, doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about, but for some reason she thinks she can read a medical text. So 170 scientific studies confirm the dangers of soy. We can go through some of this shit. Dangers of soy. In 1991, study found that eating only 2 TBL per day, I don't know what measurement that is, of roasted and pickled soybeans for 3 months to healthy adults who were receiving adequate iodine in their diet caused thyroid suppression with symptoms of malaise, constipation, sleepiness, and goiters. So soy inhibits absorption of iodine, and iodine is necessary for proper thyroid function. I'm not going to read through this entire study, but it sounds like some of the study participants weren't receiving an adequate amount of iron, and whatever amount of soy they were consuming was enough to cause thyroid problems. Again, do you honestly think that this is a normal side effect of soy? Like, if this was a normal side effect of soy, everyone would be walking around with goiters because everyone consumes soy products in something. Soy has become ubiquitous in food. Is everyone walking around with goiters? No. The iodine-suppressing effects of soy aren't that significant. You're just referencing one study from 1991 where probably 1 or 2 of the participants out of, like, maybe 60 had this problem, and you're just exaggerating the fucking effects. Dangers of soy number 2, 6 premenopausal women with normal menstrual cycles were given 45 milligrams of soy isoflavones per day, so this wasn't actually soy, this was an isoflavone extract. which would react differently in the body. Isoflavones are an antioxidant. They're not like just a phytoestrogen. They're antioxidants that can mimic estrogen in the body. They bond to the same receptors. But we have many studies showing that isolated antioxidants act differently in the body than in their whole natural form. So after 1 month, all of the women experienced delayed menstruation with the effects similar to tamoxifen, the anti-estrogen drug given to women with breast cancer. The reason for that is that soy, the phytoestrogen in soy, bonds to actual estrogen receptors. And because the phytoestrogen in soy isn't nearly as potent, you don't, like, and it blocks actual mammalian estrogen from entering the receptor, it will affect things like menstruation, because estrogen affects menstrual flow, and if you have isoflavones that are bonding to estrogen receptors and they're blocking actual estrogen, and phytoestrogens aren't as potent, you're probably going to have delay in menstrual flow. You're probably going to have less heavy periods, which is a good thing. So what the fuck are you talking about? And then she even mentions this effect is similar to the anti-estrogen drug given to women with breast cancer. Okay, so you just admitted that soy has mechanisms which could prevent or treat breast cancer. Whoa, dangers of soy! So this woman's a fucking retard. Let's just read a few more. Dietary estrogens in the form of soy foods were found to have the potential to disrupt the endocrine system with the effects in women similar to taking breast cancer drug. Okay, this is redundant. So again, you're saying soy has a similar mechanism to an anti-cancer drug which could help treat or prevent cancer. Yeah, like, what? Asian women have something like half the risk of breast cancer? Think there might be a reason for that, you dumb fucking bitch? Like, do you want breast cancer? So this woman's a fucking retard. You can go through this long list of fucking bullshit. I don't understand. Oh, not convinced yet. Still interested to see the remaining 160 reasons. My friend Dr. Kayla Daniel. Oh, Kayla Daniel. Okay, this woman was, okay, this is just insanely lazy. Okay. So she doesn't even mention the 170 scientific studies. She's too lazy to fucking write it, and then she just references some bullshit book written by a fraud PhD. So that's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, so this guy's an idiot. And the funny thing, too, is this guy later called me a pussy. Don't be a soy boy, vegan gains. You're always an emotional pansy beta male pussy. Stop it. Stop the soy. You just linked me a blog article that's intended for women. Like, this entire blog is marketed towards women. So you're calling me a pussy? You're basically reading online women's magazines and linking it as evidence, and you're calling me a pussy. Right. What the fuck? Like, who is this dude? Temporarily restricted. Yeah, I don't know why these fucking people who are like half my size are calling me pussy. Just stupid. Gonna read through some of these comments you guys left. When is the anti-SJW community going to learn that fucking with the vegan community is a bad idea? They think we're all dumb leftists until they're confronted by smart, male, non-emotional vegans. They get so fucking comfortable attacking far left-wing SJWs that they think they're undefeatable, and they think they're smarter than they really are. And like everyone else, they have some kind of bias against veganism. They don't know much about it. So going into it, they think they'll just, you know, wreck all these vegans, and then they get completely fucking trounced. Like all these dudes are just total airheads. A friend of mine conflated his soy allergy with its effects on testosterone, and this guy went to college. Yeah. There's a hell of a lot of stupid motherfuckers who go to college. He's just an attention-seeking bitch. I can't stand it when people just assume that vegans are all communists when they haven't done any research on the subject themselves. Yeah, like, I think Paul is basically Milo Yiannopoulos, only he, like, hides the fact that he's gay. I'm pretty damn sure Paul's gay. I've never really seen him, like, I don't know, talk about women or anything. Yeah, like, I know maybe his content doesn't really revolve around that, but I've just never seen anything to like, that he's produced to suggest that he's into women at all. And he does these very gay photos and shit. I think he's just Milo Yiannopoulos, basically. Only he's not flamboyantly gay. What are metabolic ward experiments? Metabolic ward experiments are experiments that are literally performed in a metabolic ward. So subjects will be isolated in a controlled laboratory, basically, and their food intake is completely controlled. They can't decide what they eat. The researchers conducting the study, they decide what they eat and when, how much, and they can also have metabolic chambers where people stay in for extended periods of time to track like energy expenditure, how much body fat they're actually losing. That's basically what a metabolic ward experiment is. It's just a very tightly controlled experiment where virtually all variables are controlled for, and subjects are like forced to eat forced to eat a particular diet. Is this only streaming on YouTube? Yes. Paul is what's known as a cuckservative. They're basically slightly conservative, and they steal the far-right memes and opinions and turn them into annoying jokes. They're the pussies of the right. I could believe that. Like, Paul is, in fact, a pussy. Like, really, yeah, soy boys, he's going after the fucking Try Guys. Like, really? If you want to, like, why not go after me? Why not go after Corey McCarthy? Why not go after John Venus? All of those dudes eat soy, but, yeah, you're going after the lowest hanging fruit possible. Like a pussy. What is the prevalence of soy allergy globally? I'm not sure. I know the most common dietary allergy is lactose intolerance from milk. The majority of the planet is actually lactose intolerant. I'm not sure about soy, though. I've never actually looked into that, but I'm pretty sure it's relatively low. Thanks for the stream, Richard, but I have to go. Will you be in Discord this evening? I probably will. I'll probably be in Discord at around, like, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, US, Canada. I have to run a few errands today, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to get a video out, but I'll probably be in Discord at around that time. Can the omega-3 in flax seeds be absorbed? I was wondering because the flax seeds go right through and in the toilet. If you eat whole flax seeds, you can't digest it. There's like a protective coating around it that you can't digest. You have to grind up the flax seeds first, and then you'll be able to digest them properly. Yeah, you should never eat whole flax seeds. The only time I've heard anyone recommend to eat whole flax seeds is when, like, porn stars are getting ready to do, like, anal, and they're seeing, like, it's a way of determining, like, how close to, or sorry, how far away from doing anal you can eat food without, like, poop showing up in your rectum. Yeah, you should never eat whole flax seeds, though. Did you watch Veg Police video on your hemorrhoids? I did see that one. Yeah, I mean, I kind of have to keep eating stuff like oats and lentils and shit like that. I don't think that's really all that related to my hemorrhoids. I remember even when I was eating a completely raw vegan diet for 2 months, I would still get some bleeding, and like, weird things can trigger it. If I do squats or deadlifts when I haven't done them for a while, I'll usually get, like, blood in my stool. Like, just random shit can make the hemorrhoids act up and then start bleeding. How much soy is too much? Could you impact your testosterone if you're eating way too much? I think you could. The thing is, I think so far there's only 2 or 3 case reports in all the medical literature that has shown extremely high amounts of soy have feminizing effects. And because there's only 3 case reports, that suggests that there might be a really rare genetic abnormality where people just hyper-react to the phytoestrogens in soy. The 2 or 3 case reports that I know of, all the subjects were eating, like, really, really high amounts of soy, upwards of 16 servings of soy per day. I think one of them, he was eating 16 to 24 servings, so soy with every single meal in high quantities. So you're talking about, like, an entire block of silken tofu to make like a vegan scramble for breakfast. Like soy cutlets with soy milk and soy chicken nuggets, and then like soy beef and soy this or whatever for dinner, just all day nothing but soy. And he did get feminizing effects from that. But again, like, there's only 3 case reports, so these people probably had a weird genetic abnormality. The vast majority of people, even if you eat a ton of soy, it's pretty damn unlikely that you'd have any feminizing impacts from that. If you watch my Paul Joseph Watson video, too, I referenced a study on infants. Oh, god damn it. That's right. I forgot. I'm not signed into my Vegan Gains account. I referenced a study that was done on infants where... I'll bring this up right now. Soy infant formula. So, with soy infant formula, the amount of phytoestrogens they're exposed to is many times higher than an adult who eats a typical amount of soy just because of their body weight. So, like, with soy infant formula, they're basically eating a soy-based food, nothing but that, and because they have such a low body weight, the amount of phytoestrogens they're exposed to is many times higher than what you'd typically see in an adult. Even despite that, it caused no deleterious effects on, their reproductive health or their endocrine system. So that suggests to me that even soy at really, really high quantities that you'd almost never see, chances are it's not going to have a feminizing effect on a man. But there are people with genetic abnormalities that might hyper-respond to soy. So unless you're one of those people, I wouldn't really worry about it. One thing you should maybe look out for with soy is that, as I mentioned before, it inhibits iodine absorption, and iodine is important for thyroid function. So if you are eating a lot of soy and you have a marginal iodine intake, that could become a problem. So if you are eating a lot of soy, up your iodine consumption. And you might want to even take an iodine supplement. Soy boys have strong erections. My boyfriend eats bags of TVP and like 3 blocks of tofu a week plus soy milk for cereal. Defo not a cuck, or else I wouldn't be with him. Yeah, definitely. Like, again, even soy intakes at very high levels, they don't, it almost never ever causes feminizing effects. It's incredibly rare to see that. And a big benefit to soy is it increases seminal fluid volume. So when you ejaculate, like, you can have like huge fucking loads come out. It's awesome. Thomas Flynn is asking, how's my training going at the moment? I've been out of the gym for like 2 months because of how sick I got. I got the flu initially, then I think I got bronchitis, and it was really hard to fucking breathe, and I think that also made me go into a weird depression too, from getting so sick. But I'm back in the gym now, and I feel pretty good. Hardly lost any strength, so that's good. I think I'll be back to where I was before pretty damn soon. I don't think I lost any size though. Usually, when I'm out of it for a while, I don't lose any muscle mass, but my strength goes down slightly, and that's probably just because of like neuromuscular adaptations. It just takes a few weeks to get your nervous system back up to speed. Have I seen the new Blade Runner? No. I heard a lot of people say it was really boring and very meh. I also like really never go out to a movie theater to see movies, so I'll probably just wait until it's out on DVD and then torrent it. If your dad and a cancer specialist close to curing cancer were injured, who would you save? The other will die. The cancer specialist. I'd save the cancer specialist. I'm not really close with my dad, and I think the guy who's about to cure cancer, that would just do more good for the world, so. How do you think Paul is even going to respond to this? I've never seen him have a feud with anyone online, and he's never actually tackled veganism head on. I feel like he'll just ignore you. Oh yeah, he's probably just going to try to ignore me. I'm sure he feels embarrassed as fuck right now. But I'm going to try my best to make sure that he can't ignore me. Yeah, he's still linking this bullshit on soy. And this was 13 minutes ago. Yeah, fuck this. I'm gonna link that. Yeah, that guy's a fucking retard. Just absolutely stupid. There's no excuse for this, so I think he's deliberately lying. He knows of my video, I'm fucking sure of it. He's gotten so many replies already on his own Twitter, he knows he's full of shit, so yeah. He keeps spewing this shit for attention, so he's just a fucking dishonest liar. What's your opinion on electric cars like Tesla? Well, I don't like the company Tesla so much. They do really shady business practices. They do crap to artificially inflate their value in the stock market. Elon Musk has taken, like, fuck ton of money from the government. I think it's up to hundreds of millions of dollars right now. And he's not really making a profit on Tesla. He's basically just pocketing investors' money and government money. So I'm not a fan of Tesla. I don't think, at least for the time being, until I'm fairly certain that, you know, their business isn't just going to go down the toilet. I'm not going to get a Tesla. And I think they're overpriced for what they are as well. I was looking at the e-Golf by Volkswagen. That looks pretty good. and that's way cheaper. And with in Canada, you can get a $14,000 rebate. The e-Golf normally goes for $35,000 new. The rebate, you can get it for 20 grand. Financing would only be like $300 to $500 a month, so you can get it for fucking nothing. So yeah, but I think electric cars are great. They've gotten a hell of a lot better recently. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Tesla. Can you eat too many oats? Some days I feel, some days I eat 500 grams, which gets me over 800% of my daily recommended intake for manganese. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't give you manganese toxicity. I've never even heard of manganese toxicity. Manganese toxicity. Permanent neurological disorder known as manganism. Symptoms include tremors, difficulty walking, facial muscle spasms. Okay, so I'm pretty sure getting like 800% of your daily value in manganese from oats is probably not going to do anything. I think that's more an issue if you take manganese supplements. I don't think the bioavailability is high enough. And yeah, I just don't think the bioavailability is high enough, and I think it kind of... A natural form of manganese is going to act and be processed a bit differently in your body than from a supplement form. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be an issue. What's your opinion on being old and having no children to support you since you didn't have any? Why the fuck would you want your children to support you? I think that's selfish and stupid.
Yeah, that's retarded.
How about you save up, get a pension or something, and make sure you have enough money to put yourself in an old folks home if you need it, or take care of yourself, eat healthy and exercise, and then you won't have to worry about anyone supporting you when you're old because you'll be in good health up until the day you die. Okay, so, Unnatural Vegans video. Let's just go through some of this. We have about another 20 minutes, but... Oh, there it is. So, I love the title. Vegan gains, this is not normal. Oh, fuck, I care about being normal, right?
Guys, just to be clear before I get started, this is not at all an attack on those who choose not to have kids, nor is it an attempt to convince Richard and Jasmine to have children, given their obvious disdain for...
This is an attempt to, This literally is a personal attack against me and Jasmine. Especially me. As you'll see in this video, she's incredibly fucking salty. And it's literally nothing but personal attacks, mostly in the form of straw man arguments. But yeah, she took she took my antinatalism video personally, and this is just salt from that.
For parenting and really just like kids in general, it's pretty clear that they should not have kids.
2 breeders brought their children to a vegan restaurant with them.
Breeders, because that's not alienating at all. You know, that's a really good way, I think, to convince people to go vegan. I mean,
What does this have to do with convincing people to go vegan? Before I was vegan, I fucking hated children, and I knew I never wanted them. What, like, I can't have my own fucking opinions on issues because I'm a vegan activist and everything I fucking do has to be towards the goal of getting as many people as possible to go vegan. So, again, this is just an attempt at a stupid sort of personal attack against me. She's basically saying, because you have opinions that are unpopular, you should be ashamed of yourself. Like, it's just stupid. No, sorry, just because I'm vegan and I want to turn people vegan, that doesn't mean I have to censor myself or lie to people and change my fucking opinions on things. I'm my own fucking person. I can believe whatever the fuck I want. I can say whatever the fuck I want.
It's not like a huge number of people have children or anything. Seems effective.
Their 1-year-old kid was screaming at the top of his lungs. Multiple people actually told the waitress there that they were being annoying. Jasmine went over and told them to keep their kid under control, and then they started a big fight with us. They literally told me that, like, they take priority over everyone else. If anyone has a problem with their children being rude or whatever in public, they're the ones who have to leave, not them. And the lady's husband or whatever, like,
he got really aggressive.
He was getting aggressive with you, and he started screaming at me too. So I challenged him to a fight outside, and then after that, he kind of started acting more polite.
So yes, it is incredibly rude for a parent to keep their child in a restaurant when the kid is being disruptive, when the kid is like screaming really loudly, like Jasmine and Richard say. That's absolutely ridiculous. But legally, she is right. It is ultimately up to you.
Legally? What the fuck are you talking about? What does legality have to do with this? They were bothering us. We went up to fucking talk to them. What the fuck do you mean legally?
To complain to the restaurant manager, and ultimately up to them to either kick these patrons out or leave them in the restaurant. It's not up to you to challenge customers to street fights.
Okay, flat out fucking lie right here. You deliberately fucking misinterpreted the situation. What happened was, Jasmine went up to them, she said, "Hey, you're really bothering me, could you please keep your child under control?" He started fucking yelling at Jasmine.
That's not even what I said.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just paraphrasing. He started yelling at Jasmine, and he wouldn't fucking stop. And so I challenged him to a fight outside. Like, what are you talking about? I didn't go up to him because his child was screaming and say, "Hey, dude, you want to fucking fight outside? Your kid's annoying me." Like, fuck you, Swayze. You're fucking lying.
Some restaurateurs think it's okay to let their children run amok in the establishment, showing their undercarriage to patrons. It's crazy. It's disgusting. But it's their restaurant. We have a choice.
What the fuck are you talking about? Like, they were bothering me. I can go up to them and ask them politely to, not bother me. Like, what kind of this isn't an argument. So first, you lied to everyone. You claimed that I threatened somebody because they were bothering me. No, I challenged him to a fight outside, which is hardly a threat, because he was fucking yelling and being aggressive to my wife. Like, really, Swayze? If a man did that to you in a restaurant, would you not want your boyfriend or husband to fucking step up for you? Like, fuck off.
Not to eat there.
You know, there's an alternative to having children. It's called not having children. And it's, oh, I'm going to make a response to Swayze, don't worry. What are some of the negatives?
Well, you don't have a life.
Yeah.
Because every time you go out, your children keep wanting attention, which is normal. They're
Absolutely.
fucking children.
Didn't you just mention that people can have babysitters?
Then they'll get fucking children if you can't keep them in check. You gotta be responsible. Is it that difficult to get a babysitter for?
Yeah, Swayze, again, so she does this over and over and over again. She removes all meaningful context, and she changes context whenever it suits her. So, Swayze, you think it's easy to get a babysitter for everyone all the fucking time? Like, if you want to go out frequently, and you have children, like, something's gotta give. You either have to not go out as much, or you have to find some sort of babysitter, which can be very fucking expensive, unless you're cool with hiring 14-year-old fucking retards who will have Skype sex with their boyfriend while your fucking baby's choking on its own vomit. Like, this goes on, like, a few more times, but she's basically saying that, oh, well, if, you know, your children are getting in the way of your life, well, hire a full-time nanny, basically. Yeah, how many people can afford that, Swayze? Again, I've known a lot of fucking people who've gotten children, a lot of people who make an average to maybe slightly below average income, and it's fucking hard for them to go out, get a babysitter, get a nanny. They can't do it. So their social lives are kind of destroyed. They can't go out as much, if at all. Yeah, it's a fucking problem, Swayze. You're a fucking YouTuber. I don't know what your fucking husband does, but you make YouTube videos. And I don't think she even makes too many. You upload like once or twice a week at most. I don't think she does any job on the side either. And I think her husband works obviously, but you seem to have a lot more fucking free time than most people, you fucking idiot. God, you annoy me.
For 1 hour?
Yeah.
And this whole, like, you don't have a life, children are just, they suck your soul out, you know?
Right, this is coming from a woman who only uploads 1 or 2 YouTube videos a week. Your husband earns money for you. You have a lot more fucking free time than the majority of fucking people on the planet. And you're saying, children doesn't take up much of your time. Yeah, no shit. You have all the fucking time you want in the day. And on top of that, she'll explain later, like, having children is your ultimate goal in life. So, no shit, it doesn't seem like a waste of time to you, because that's what you want to do.
They take all of your happiness, you'll never be happy again, you'll be depressed, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, again, this is, that's a straw man right there. Let's actually go to my video. I never said, if you have children, your life will definitely be ruined and you'll hate it. I left a,
Alright, so...
made a caveat at the end here.
Money.
Like, I want to be...
Just have free time. We can do whatever the hell we want.
And maybe
Just
not.
and opportunities. I mean, you're saving a child. I mean...
Of us.
We'll really talk about that. Like, say, you know, I don't want to have children, I want to live the life I want to live. Like, if you want more free time
I'm just trying
and
to
money,
find,
the fuck's wrong with that? Like,
Yeah.
if you don't want children, you don't want children. Section down below
no,
These
I think
famous
it's back
people.
further.
Or just stay fucking home.
has to do with people not planning.
The argument from before. Oh,
And, if you want in life until your kids grow up, children, and they love the whole process.
Yeah,
I
here we
know
go.
some people...
Some people absolutely love children.
I know, some people
I'm not one of
absolutely love
those.
children, and they love the whole process, but I know there's a lot of people out there who, wouldn't. And
Yeah.
they don't know it yet.
And regret it.
Yeah.
Especially that.
Yeah, so, Swayze, again, you're strawmanning me. I never said everyone's going to fucking hate children and it's a miserable process for everyone. I said, you know, some people really love fucking having children, and it's the best thing that ever happened to them, but there are also quite a lot of people who don't want children, and they don't know it, or they have children and they regret it. Like, she does this over and over and over again, mischaracterizes my arguments deliberately, flat out strawmans me. Never fucking said, having children is the worst thing in the world for everyone. I think I made a pretty reasonable argument that it's not for everybody, there's a lot of negatives, and you should take those negatives into account and really decide for yourself whether or not you want kids. Is that fucking unreasonable for you, Swayze?
It's kind of a running theme throughout this video, right? That it seems Jasmine and Richard have no concept of, like, people having kids and actually kind of liking it.
We just mentioned at the end of our fucking video that we recognize that a lot of people have kids and they like it. What are you fucking talking about, Swayze? You're fucking lying.
Actually kind of being really, really happy and really loving their children.
Fuck you, Swayze, you're a fucking liar.
Apparently we don't exist.
Just being able to...
Yeah, we don't exist, even though we fucking mentioned you in our video, you fucking retard.
You have time for yourself and kind of enjoy a day out.
Yeah.
That kind of
Your
goes away
hobbies.
I mean, at least for a good number of years.
Again, babysitters, They do exist. They are.
Oh shit, okay, so every single fucking time I want to go out and ride my motorcycle, oh, babysitter, right? I should just hire a babysitter every single fucking day I want to do something? Do you think this is a practical solution for most people, Swayze? Like, sorry, you don't have any fucking hobbies. Your child is your hobby. You're just fucking stupid. You sit at home all day, you hardly do any fucking work, you have all the free time in the fucking world, you're a boring, stupid fucking bitch who might watch like a movie or two, and then you're saying, if you want to do something, hire a baby. You don't do anything, you idiot. When's the last time you hired a fucking babysitter? You're the babysitter. That's all you fucking do.
Our thing. Also, kids aren't just awake 24/7, like they do have to sleep. Babies actually sleep a lot. The average 1-year-old sleeps 14 hours a day. That is quite a bit. My partner and I have plenty of time at night.
Oh, fucking please. Yeah, Swayze, you can't fucking lie to us. I have parents, Swayze. They've told me what it's like to raise a kid. Like, you're just fucking lying. No, sorry, it's way more fucking time consuming than you make it out to be. It's just that you love raising children, that's your goal in life, to be a fucking babysitter, and you have all the free time in the world.
Night to relax, watch a movie, enjoy each other's company while baby.
Oh my god, wow, what a life you live, Swayze. You watch movies sometimes at night? Oh my god. That's it, I'm having children. I can still watch movies at night sometimes if I have kids. Aw.
Baby is sleeping. And you can still go out with your kids too. Like, obviously, I feel like parents watching this, and even...
Oh, really? So you think it's a good idea to put a kid on the back of a motorcycle? Cool.
It's pretty hard to take.
Oh, shit.
You still have less than a 1% chance.
Wait,
Kind of awful and can kind of... Like, obviously, I feel like parents watching this, and kind of a running theme.
Kind of.
Watch a movie, enjoy each other's company while baby is sleeping. And you can still go out with your kids too. Like, obviously, I feel like parents watching this, and even most of you who don't have kids, it's like, yeah, obviously, I see people out with their children. Obviously, you can still...
This is total bullshit. This is... Having children is like taking care of a mentally disabled person. Like, is it as fun to go outside and do stuff with a mentally disabled person that you have to fucking constantly watch and take care of? No. And you can't do everything with children. Can't ride fucking motorcycles. Where the fuck... Like, again, would you feel comfortable having your 1-year-old on your back while you're riding a motorcycle? No.
Still do things with your kids. You know, we go out all the time. We walk around. We go to, you know, do errands and stuff. We don't have a car, so we're like walking everywhere. We, you know, go to restaurants even with baby. There are definitely things that you can still do with your kids. Obviously, you're limited to some degree. There's certain things that you can't do. We don't take baby to the movie theater, right? Like, we don't go see movies, although we didn't really do that anyway. We prefer to stay at home because theater goers can be...
So, you do nothing all day. You have all the free time in the world. You're boring as shit. All you're interested in is sitting down watching movies. And you're trying to convince someone like me that you can do all the things you're doing before while having children. No. Delusional.
It can kind
totally
of
delusional.
Ruin movie experiences. Point is, it just depends on what you like to do.
And especially if your children have special needs or problems, like, what is it? Like, an insane amount of children have autism now.
And most children need braces and glasses and stuff nowadays. So.
In most, like, sensible, developed countries, there is a remarkable amount of care provided to kids, even in the U.S., thanks to...
Complete horseshit. I know several people who have autistic children. It costs them a tremendous amount of money for them to get proper help for their kids. They can't really go to normal schools. Like, if they can technically, but if they did, they'd fall behind and they wouldn't get the proper care they need. They have to spend several $1,000s a month making sure that they go to a proper school. There's no social net in place really to help kids with autism, so you're fucking lying here.
Obama. Thanks, Obama.
And I live in Canada. Like, we have socialized healthcare here. I'm sure if you have decent insurance, you can get reasonable health care in the States. If, like in Canada, it's easy to get health care. But in terms of schooling, it's really difficult. It's very difficult to take care of autistic kids.
Yeah, dental care even, eye care, just like all of the medical stuff, the visits and everything, which there are quite a bit of visits in the first, particularly in the first like 2 years. Even special needs care, which isn't needed more today, it's just more available, which is awesome. And autism, no, it's not that common, and no, it is not on the rise, as Richard implies. What's happened is that diagnostics has improved, and so now you have kids at the high-functioning end of the spectrum included in the autism diagnosis. You still have less than a 1% chance.
That's a lie. You have a 1.5% chance of a boy having autism, and you have something like 0.2% chance of a girl having autism. And that factor is only for people under 40. So you're fucking lying. Very high rates of autism. Like, again, Swayze, if you don't think that's high, well, how about I get a gun and point it to your head? But this is a special gun. This gun doesn't shoot bullets. It shoots autism spray. But this gun has 100 chambers in it. So I'm going to put one chamber of this autism spray in this 100-chamber revolver. I'm going to spin the fucking drum, and you have a 1 in 100 chance of getting autism. Do you like those fucking odds, Swayze? So no, a very high likelihood that your child will have autism. Okay, so I've been streaming for an hour now. I'm going to basically end it here. I'll just answer any last comments or questions you guys have. Have you seen Ben Shapiro's take on global warming? I've seen some older videos he made on global warming, but I've seen him also on the Joe Rogan podcast, and it seems like he changed his view on that somewhat. I know before he was basically saying he doesn't believe global warming exists, and one of his main reasons was because of his belief in God, which is retarded. But he was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he was saying, like, yeah, you know, we should be careful with environmental stuff. That's one of the areas where I think government should probably step in, even though he's, like, very libertarian and anti-government. So it looks like he's become more moderate on that issue. Yeah, Unnatural Vegan is by far the most annoying YouTuber ever, for sure. Oh, I'm going to make a response to Unnatural Vegan, for sure. It really triggered me when she said having dogs is the same as having kids in terms of carbon footprint and makes false equivalencies. Okay, yeah, so in the video, she even mentioned that Lucy isn't on a vegan diet and can never be. No, you retarded bitch. Lucy has been on a vegan diet for months now, so you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And a dog doesn't have anywhere near the carbon footprint as a human being. Yeah, a lot of dogs eat meat, but they don't drive cars, they don't fly planes, they don't buy products. Like, their carbon footprint is way fucking lower. So, Swayze's a retard. And what is the solution to these problems she's proposing? Okay, I have a dog. What's the solution to the dog's carbon footprint, Swayze? What am I supposed to do with dogs? Kill them? Should we kill dogs to alleviate their carbon footprint? It makes absolutely no sense. Like, if you're going to complain about something with no solution, then just shut the fuck up. I would ignore UV. She just wants your response. She has a bad agenda. No, I'll fucking wreck her. She's an idiot. It's been a long time coming. I'm going to totally destroy her and prove she's a lying cunt. Richard, can't you tell she's reeling you in? I don't care. I'm going to destroy her in a response. I just want to wreck her. Richard, you can't help the way you feel about having kids. End of story. She's being a thought police. Yeah, that's what she was really doing. She was basically trying to shame me into not wanting children. It's really retarded. And she was trying to use veganism as a means of shaming me. It's like, oh, you're a vegan activist and you're saying like bad things about children, so you should be ashamed of yourself. Like, fuck you, Swayze. Richard, you should reply to some of the shit Mark Bell is spewing about the war on carbs bullshit. Oh yeah, I forgot about Mark Bell. Yeah, that war on carbs bull crap. I was meaning to do that, and yeah, I gotta do one on Mark. Thanks for reminding me. Are you gonna respond to all-time 10s? Yes, absolutely. That's coming in the next couple days. How to get rid of gynecomastia. So in the early stages of gynecomastia, you can reverse it, but once the breast tissue hardens, you have to get it surgically removed. So if something's causing gynecomastia, like if you're eating something that's high in estrogen, like say cow's milk, and it's the very beginning stages, you can stop drinking cow's milk, eat like a normal, healthy, whole foods, plant-based diet, and there's a good likelihood it'll reverse itself. But once the breast tissue grows and hardens, it has to be surgically removed. And with some things like exposure to phthalates, a lot of these environmental pollutants, they're kind of they take a while to get out of your body. So it's not like, okay, if you're having a high phthalate exposure from chicken and you stop eating chicken, that might not necessarily prevent you from developing gynecomastia. Obviously, it'll help you in the long run, but because these pollutants tend to stay in your body for a while, sometimes there's just no way to reverse it or prevent it from happening. But the only surefire way is to get it cut out of your chest. Okay, so that looks like it's it for the stream. I am going to respond to Unnatural Vegan soon, and I will respond to the top 10 video very soon. In the next couple days, I don't know if I'll be able to put out a video today, just because I also have to... I was actually going to have a debate with a guy today about, what's it called? Forced sterilization. I'm not totally sure if that's still happening. I have to message the guy, and obviously I can't stream it on my main channel because the streaming thing it's not working, but I'll see. Depending on how the debate goes, if it's interesting, I might upload it to my main channel and record it, but yeah, we'll see. I don't know if this guy even has a YouTube channel, really. It sounds like he's just a patron of Isaac's who just wanted to have the debate with me, but we'll see. But that's what's going to happen in the near future. Response to Unnatural Vegan and response to all, like, all-time top 10s. I think that's the channel. Oh, the crazy lady who took my video down. I don't know what she's doing now, but I tried to find out where she lives and where she works. I found out like what their business is. Haven't figured out where they live yet.
Yeah, which you're not going to do.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to send them packages of mustard with like weird, cryptic, creepy messages just to freak them out, but we'll see.
Richard,
I'm not going to burn down their house and kill their entire family.
Richard,
I just want to send them mustard.
Just end it because I'm going to get angry.
Yeah, okay. So, and thanks to everyone who checked out the stream. Again, really appreciate everyone on Patreon. And I hope you guys have a nice day, and as always, keep making those vegan gains. And Veg Animation, big thanks to him. He did some new t-shirt designs for me, and those t-shirts will be out very soon. So make sure you subscribe to Veg Animation. And have a nice day, guys.